It's just the right mix of humor and edge, a lot of edge. But it's cerebral too, because they talk to so many different libertarians and so many smart people that you end up really using your brain and thinking about things that you never thought of before. I think that's a wonderful thing. And it's very entertaining. You're not going to hear it on Cairo. So I welcome you, the Ayatollah of rock and roll, Johnny Rocket.
I just want to say thank you. Wow. Thank you guys for coming out here. It's an honor to be here. I just want to give Tiffany Diaz de Leon a round of applause because she is a badass. Look what she did. She brought all of us together again for the first time. So I want everyone who has an iPhone, raise your hand. Is that it? Really? Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, if you have an iPhone, I want everyone to go to podcasts and type in Johnny Rocket Launchpad and please subscribe. And I'm sure we'll piss you off. By the way, I'd also like this. I want to say Heather Nixon, my girlfriend, and the voice of reason on the show, is just one of the most wonderful people. And she is just inspiring because, you know what, she's my ground. Because if I didn't have her, I'd be in an alley somewhere drunk and dead. And she is really what, grounds me and the libertarian, she's like, Johnny, slow down. You're going to be talking to all these people. I'm like, yeah, so what? If you guys have not heard the show, you guys probably don't care whether or not my condition is at this moment. But she is awesome just because of the pure fact that she is like, Johnny, you know what? Settle down. You got to quit drinking. Here, stay on focus. So here I am, staying on focus, sort of. Another person I'm going to talk about is who's not here. His name is Kurt Nelson. He's one of the best audio engineers, and I love that guy. And he's the guy who goes, hey, yeah, totally, Johnny, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But Kurt really exists. He hasn't been to a libertarian convention in 2 years, but he's a real person. So I just want to let you guys know that. Secondly, a very special good friend of mine who is my bass player in the Hot Rod and Romeos is in the room. Mr. Billy Burns, please stand up. By the way, his government name is Mark Fletcher. So if you want the NSA to spy on him, his name is Mark Fletcher. Anyways, though, thank you guys very much. It's an absolute honor to be here. I'm surprised they have me back for the third year. I have no reason. I have no idea why. I'm here again. Okay, so you have to deal with me for about 10 to 15 minutes. I would also like to thank some leadership here in this party. If it wasn't for guys like Steven Nielsen, who isn't here, but he'll probably see this on TV. Steven Nielsen is an amazing guy, and he has driven this party to some great things, like we have right here. Him as the chair. So give it up for Steven Nielsen. I'd also like to thank C. Michael Pickens because he is another badass of the Liberty Movement. He gives the act in activism. Freudian slip. Robin Kerner isn't here. Paul Addis is picking him up. But he's cool too. Paul Addis, St. Addis, I love that man dearly. If there is the most wonderful human being in this room, it would be Paul Addis. Just because of his heart and soul and his compassion. I give my heart and love to St. Paul Addis. And his beautiful wife, Kathy. Life Springs Africa, check that out, .org. Oh, I forgot, you're right there. Oh my God. Kathy's right here. Stand up, Kathy. Paul Addison's beautiful wife. She is like, they're like the perfect couple. Paul will be like, my wife is so beautiful. I love her. John Hurtley, we love you because of your money. No, we get. I tell you what, man, John, we thank you very much, and your heart is awesome, man. We really appreciate it. What you've done for the Libertarian Party is amazing, and your money. A good anarchist friend of mine, Rob Stratton, has inspired me in many ways. Give it up for Rob Stratton in the back. And I say, you know who'd be the perfect human beings? We get Tim Turner and his economics and Rob Stratton and his philosophy. Put those guys together. That is the ultimate president. Tim Turner, where are you at? There he is, front row behind me. Gavin Keefe, I love him because he makes me look good. And my good friend Steve Kerbel, right here in the front row. All right, here we go. So I am Johnny Rocket. I do the Johnny Rocket launch pad. I drink, I smoke, I wear a leather jacket, and I'm a libertarian. So I want to talk about libertarianism. So the libertarianism, or classical liberal, you know, its perspective is peace, prosperity, and social harmony are fostered as much as liberty as possible with limited government interference. With lifelong intellectual tradition spanning for hundreds of years, libertarian ideas of individual rights, economic liberty, and limited government have contributed to the history-changing movements like the abolition, women's suffrage, and the civil rights movement. Libertarianism, though, is not a single viewpoint. We have different perspectives. Some people may be anarcho-capitalists. Some people might be socially more liberal. But that's okay. We all want limited government. And I think that's the point that we need to put across. We don't need the government stepping into our lives telling us what to do. We need to take control of our own lives. If we don't, there's no reason. If we don't want to go to restaurant A because we think their service sucks, we don't go there. Simple as that. We choose our own destiny. We don't rely on the government to make those decisions for us. That's what I'm tired of, this mentality that people are like, well, you know, it's illegal. It's illegal. We can't do that. Who? Why? Why? It's stupid. I'm mad. Steenson said, I'm mad. Yeah, okay, the government told me not to. Well, it's bullshit. We need to take control of our lives. The government has no control. Now, there is a function of government. If we're hurting someone, if we're committing fraud, if we're stealing, that's about it. That's the function of the government we should have. Whatever we put in our own body is our own business. I drink. That's my poison. Some people might smoke dope. That's their whatever, dude. That's cool. But as soon as you cross that line and say, well, I'm going to steal to get more dope, well, now you committed a crime. You're taking from someone else. That is wrong. So that's where we need to get past that mentality of, well, you know, I hear this all the time, and it sickens me. Well, you know, what would we do? You know, what about heroin? I think if we have heroin, it's legal. Oh, man, people will be breaking into cars. Come on, dude. Really? Really? It's the no. If the guy breaks into your car, that's the crime, not doing heroin, right? Why are we putting up with this? Beard break. Oh. But that's what I'm talking about. So according to the American Heritage Dictionary, I sound like Robin Kerner here for a second. One who advocates maximizing individual rights and minimizing the role of the state. I agree with that. Liberals Liberals favor government action to promote equality, whereas conservatives favor government action to promote order. Libertarians favor freedom and oppose government action to promote either equality or order. So in the libertarian view, all human interactions should be voluntary. The only actions that should be forbidden by law are those involve the initiation of force by individuals or groups, and by them trying to take away your life, liberty, and property. Libertarianism, though, is the view that each person has the right to live his or her life as long as she doesn't bring harm to anyone else. Libertarians defend each person's right to life, liberty, property rights that people have naturally had long before government was created. Libertarians may or may not approve of some of the things that I am talking about. But whatever they do, as long as it's voluntary, we should support their cause. So if they want to put something in their body, by all means, we should support them. But we're not going to foot the bill if they make that mistake. So I've asked myself on I was just interviewed by Laissez-Faire Books out in, I believe it's in New Hampshire. But they said, Johnny, why are you libertarianism? And I said, well, you know what? I go against the grain. Maybe because I've always been. I like rockabilly music, so I'm going against the grain. Maybe it's just libertarianism has appealed to me just because of the fact that it values the individual and not the collective. And I'm all about the individual. And I love everybody in this room because you guys got cojones for even being here. You guys are making a statement by coming here because you guys, we're not relying on each other, we're relying on ourselves. And the only people who can do anything in their life is yourself. And that's the only thing that we can do is to, when we wake up in the morning, we're not like, oh, I wonder what my buddy's doing. No, we wake up because we need to make money for ourselves. We can rely on charities in tough times. There's a legitimate case for that. But us, as an individual, we need to celebrate the individualism of libertarianism. We may not agree, but what we need to agree is that there shouldn't be government controlling our lives. That is all we need to agree on. So I wrote a blog about a year ago, and it's called, hold on, I got another drink. It's called, hold on. I'm a beer snob, I admit. But it's called Can You Open Locked Doors? And basically what I was talking about is us as individuals, again, I'm going to say that word individual, us as individuals, when we are trying to convey our message of libertarianism, there's some certain circumstances that we're not going to get across to people. And there's some people that you cannot budge. And it's a wasted effort. What I'm kind of getting at is we need to pick and choose our battles. If you have someone on the fence, that is a guy that we need to go to and spread the message of liberty. 2, it would be like trying to convert a Christian into the faith of Islam. Would that work? No. Right, exactly. So we need to pick our battles wisely. Why spend 30, 40 minutes arguing with the socialist online about why capitalism kicks ass versus why don't we talk to the guy who's not sure? That's where we need to be focusing in on. See, there's no hope for them. Now, maybe 20 years from now, when they're living in horrible condition, I'm going to watch my language, we're on TV. Maybe 20 years from now, they'll rethink their life. However, what we need to focus in on is the closed and open doors and not the locked doors. We need to focus in on the people that we can communicate to, who are open to these ideas of freedom, open to these ideas of liberty. Not these ideas, no, socialism all the way, bro. No, man, you're not going to get that guy. No matter what you say, no matter how much logic you throw at them, ain't going to work. They're closed. What we need to do is focus on those guys who are open. The guys that we can say, hey, you know what? I think I see where you're going with this. Antitrust laws, I'm against them. Really, why? I had this conversation last night. Some guy's like, antitrust laws, I'm like, I oppose them. I think they're stupid. The only force of monopoly force is the government, not a business. Business doesn't have monopoly. There's no true free monopoly. But that's things that we need to talk about. Economics. I mean, speaking of economics, I love economics. It's my passion. I mean, it's cool. Like, it's kind of nerdy, but it's cool. Like, people are like, hey, man, I'm smoking cigarettes, drinking. Have you heard, have you read Mises? No, man, what the fuck are you talking? But it's cool. Man, I mean, if you get into it, it's mind-opening. It's earth-shattering. All these things like price gouging. Price gouging's bad. People are going to die. It's good. It's good. I'm glad we have price gouging. I'm glad we have these things because markets are true. All right? Markets don't lie. And they make mistakes just like government. But if you make a mistake, then you don't go there anymore. Boom, you're done. If you make a mistake as a business, I messed up. Well, I'm not going there anymore. Mr. Child labor laws over there, Child labor, I'm not going to go over there. The guy has 10-year-olds working in his factory. Why are you going to go there? Do you need the government to be involved? No, you just don't go there. That guy's going to go out of business. And then this is what? The next guy over here, he's like, we only employ 17-year-olds. That guy's going to get people because he is standard thing. Life. You know what I meant. Family. Okay. Goodness over here. Bad over here. So what I'm saying is we got to understand economics. As libertarians, we need to promote that. And economics is the cornerstone of what libertarianism is. And it all works out. If you watch the numbers and the math and you look at the logic and the rational thinking, it all makes sense. Okay, now I'm going to do some plugging. LearnLiberty.org. There's some pamphlets there in the back. Amazing website. I've great videos, awesome professors. All these guys do amazing things. LearnLiberty.org. They are free. They're run by the Koch brothers, who I love. I love the Koch brothers. But they do amazing things, and it's free. And if you do really good, like let's say you watch a whole bunch of videos, you get a Hayek shirt. That's really, truly free, except for your time. You have to watch the videos and answer a couple questions. But it's awesome. It's a great learning tool. So if you are interested in economics, learning about philosophy, learning about regulations and how they affect us on a personal level, look at learnliberty.org. Amazing website. Amazing website. Hold on, one more beer. Man. Oh, yeah, thank you. And also check out the Johnny Rocket Launchpad. Again, we bring the party to the Libertarian Party. We swear, we curse, we drink beer, and we have fun, and we have awesome guests. A lot of them from the Cato Institute, the Mises Institute, Mises, and LearnLiberty.org. Please check us out. I'm sure, I guarantee you guys will at least laugh if you listen to the show. And we're actually planning on going into TV here in July, Launchpad TV, and you actually get to, we might be even on, if we do get this off the ground, we might be on Jason Stapleton's Liberty One. So that would be awesome. And thank you guys very much. I'm Johnny Rocket, and I appreciate it.